Ya estás en vivo. Cuando puedas, no es urgente, es para no escucharme. Hello everyone, welcome. Hope you guys are having a great evening. Join us in Miami TV. Hope you are live with us and ready to interact. ¿Cómo están amigos? Muy buenas noches. Estamos en vivo en directo nuevamente aquí en Jenny Live, último Jenny Live de la semana. This is the last Jenny Live of the week. Oh no, we're so sad. We're live, guys. Join us. I'm always distracted at the beginning. You know, it's like, wait, what? We're live? Okay, hey. At least I'm not doing anything embarrassing, right? Bueno, tenemos el chat abierto, chicos, en Miami TV para nuestros miembros y también los de las redes sociales. Así que así escriban de Facebook o YouTube. Está todo en el mismo para mí en una pantalla. Así que no se preocupen que no tienen que ir de uno al otro. So if you are interacting in social media, guys, don't worry. I do have both Facebook and YouTube on the same, so you don't have to jump from one or another. Hi, Jerry, Abel, welcome, guys. It's just that when we were doing the interview yesterday, it was a little difficult to read you at the same time. You know, we were trying to just do the interview, so woohoo! Brazil, oi Brazil, wow, really, there's some chaos happening in Brazil right now, right? What happened? All of a sudden, X is banned from Brazil. We have to give a shout out to Elon Musk because kudos to that man. He said, it's okay, you're banning our bank accounts. You know, the X bank accounts in Brazil got banned. Got blocked, and he said, we're still going to be providing service because there's a lot of hospitals and schools that use our service, and we're not going to leave them, you know, we're not going to abandon them. So good for them. All right, guys. Another news that happened, the vice minister, I think it says, of Sweden, Eva Busch, says that Islam has to adapt to the values of their laws, and the Sharia will not have it's in Spanish, guys, but basically they're not allowing the Sharia in their country. So I think everybody should do that. I mean, I know we're to the point, right, where we need to respect everybody and everything, but let's be honest. When you if you're migrating to a country, you know, just like when you go and take like the citizenship test, right, where they ask you, you must speak English, you must know who the last 4 presidents were. What else did they ask my husband? I can't remember now. Anyway, it was a bunch of questions that he had to memorize, basically. And if you don't know the history of the country you're moving to, if you don't know, you know, the basics, basically, which I was born in the U.S. and I don't know them, so. But if you're migrating to a country and you don't know the basics and you don't go by their standards and their laws, then what are you doing there? Go somewhere else or go back to your country. I am 100% for that. What do you guys think? Do you think that we should just adapt to new cultures? I feel like it gets to the point. Hi, Jackie. Nice to see you again. Hi, Edu, Aniket. Welcome, guys. You know, I get that, you know, religion is a thing to be respected as well, but maybe, you know, do it like inside of your religious temple or something. Outside, there are laws, and if you're going to a country, then these laws need to be respected, right? But that's just my opinion, and I know that not everybody's going to agree with that. I know that it's going to cause some controversial thoughts, but it's that simple. It's either you're with that country or get out. So it's sad to see so many countries that have lost their customs, and you end up. It's like when you see videos of, for example, Paris, right? And you say, wow, this isn't Paris anymore. It looks like a place in the Congo. A lot of homeless people in the streets, people having, you know, their clothes and selling stuff on the streets. It's really sad that there's places that are going through that, because you get to the point where there's a lot more mass migration, a lot more people from other countries, and it gets to the point where there's more people from other countries sharing their culture. Saludos, Muyi. Hola, Fernando. And it turns out that the native culture of the country that you're in all of a sudden is disappearing little by little. I mean, it's happening in the U.S. and in a lot of places. Miami, per se, and I can say because I lived there for a long time, the same. There's some places where people don't speak English, and you're like, wait, but we're in America, aren't we? Like, you have to at least speak English to be living in a place that is of English speaking, don't you think? So it's sad. It's sad to see that that's happening, and I really hope that. I mean, I know it's kind of like that theory, right, of the mass migration is done on purpose, and they're allowing this on purpose to do this like world order. Do you believe in that? Do you think that's? I think that's a possibility. Yes, the new world order is in play. Absolutely. Have you been to Croatia? Lots of nude beaches there. Ooh, I have not. Thank you for that tip. It's always good to know where we can go and hang out in the nude. Yes. Saludos, Uruguay. ¿Cómo estamos, Gonzalo? Qué rico verte aquí. Así que muy bien por Suecia, ¿eh? Muy bien. Dice, denuncian que el Islam debe adaptarse a los valores suecos y que la ley Sharia no tiene cabida en su país. Me parece muy bien que paren de involucrar diferentes religiones y ideologías en países. A ver, si están buscando asilo en un país, pues tienen que adaptarse a las reglas del país y aprender la cultura del país, punto. Si no les gusta, váyanse a otro lado. Es así de simple. Al menos es mi opinión. Si no, llega un punto que el país ya no es lo que era. Welcome to the jungle. Hope the mosquitoes are gone there now. The mosquitoes are doing good. There's these little tiny, I don't even know what to call them. They're horrible. They're not mosquitoes. They're like these little tiny flies, and we didn't used to have them. So was there a plane maybe that just threw a bunch of new mosquitoes to us, because I am not liking them, but it's not so bad. Jenny's beautiful. I never feel blue. I love treasure hunting, adventure, and daring do. Find the city of gold. The ultimate price is great. The city is like, Jenny, definitely worth the wait. You always have great rhymes. Thanks for sharing. Saludos. Aquí estamos con un poco de frío y con mucha lluvia. Acá un calorcito hermoso y aprovechamos para tomar solcito. El opus del es la maña religiosa, el opus dei. Muy bien, chicos. Okay, what else? Then I know we don't talk politics, but I thought this was a positive note. Robert F. Kennedy is getting his idea is to get rid of all the ultra-processed food in America. America is one of the places that. Why do they do that? I don't understand. Why do they do that? Why do they just put so much venom and poison into the food? There's no need. Like, there's other countries that don't do this, and people are a lot healthier. You go to America, and all of a sudden, yep, everybody's fat, obese, or, cancer, health problems to the top. And of course, wait, we shouldn't say America. Let's say the U.S., right? Because America's big. But that's another thing. It's a business. We know that, right? It's all just to keep you in the hospitals and to keep you with those treatments. So try to eat organic if you can, of course. And if this guy is doing that, then he's doing good in my watch. Okay, that's the only news I have for today that I thought were important to mention. Okay, the X thing is crazy that's happening in Brazil. I really sending a lot of love to our friends in Brazil. Because that's a dictatorship, going against free speech like X actually provides. I always say I totally went against Instagram for a while because they just kept banning me for no reason whatsoever. Now there's an account there, and we barely use it, but I only use X. If you guys want to get in touch with me or see, my personal posts, then that is the only account that I will use. They're pretty good. Jenny, get the most tan award. Glad you speak English. Lots of foreign YouTube people speak English very well. Well, I'm not foreign. I'm actually I was born in the U.S., but I was raised in Uruguay. So I learned English the same time that I learned Spanish. So I don't really have like a main language. I mean, in my household, we would speak Spanish. But my school was half a day Spanish, half a day all English, and it was the English from England. So right now, this is the messed up American English. I'm sorry. I always cry that why did I mold my English for the American one? I absolutely love English. You know, the proper English. Hi, Jenny. No religious belief should force any kind of law to be enforced by any state. Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree with you, Marcelo. How's Miami, by the way? Good evening. Hi, Dedra, young lady. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Proteja siempre en la vida de mortalidad ya entre la IA. Uy, no empecemos con la IA, que da miedo. Hey, beautiful Jenny, a.k.a. Tony. On Wednesday night, I saw you a movie, and I didn't know that you did movies. It was based on a true story, I guess. Oh, God, did you see the Hell Glades movie? It was a great independent, you know, it was a great experience. The movie, the name says it all. It was an independent movie, low budget, right? But the team was great. The people that acted and worked on the movie was great. And for me, I did it into just seeing if I could act, honestly. I was like, yeah, let's do this. Let's see what comes out of it. I didn't even do a casting for it, and I had a lot of fun. So it gave me the idea that if the day of tomorrow I want to do a movie, I could pull it off. You know, when I had to cry and pretend that there was a bear trap on my foot, I ended up crying. So it just came natural. So I guess naturally I could be an actress, no problem whatsoever. Boar's head meat, stay away from. People have died from bacteria in those lunch meats. I never eat lunch meat. Lunch meat. I saw a couple news a week ago that there was actually some bacteria on the meat in Florida, actually. So be careful, you know, make sure you're up to date in that kind of stuff, I guess. Okay, happy Friday. Jenny meditates to relieve all the stress, improve mind. Don't let thoughts be in a mess. Express your inner spirit. Let it zoom out. Shout out to Jenny, your self-sprout, and destroy self-doubt. Okay, thank you. Amazing, guys. Hi, amazing English Spain. Hello from Spain. Okay, let's answer some emails. Hi, Jenny. My name's Aniket. I am a great fan of your positive energy seminars on Sunday. I'm practicing this positive energy naked. Okay. I don't know what positive energy naked means, but I'm guessing that you're walking around naked in your home. And it helps my sex life beautifully. Me and my partner felt different while being intimate. I am practicing this for the last 2 years. I am practicing nudism with my wife, except my lifestyle. So my wife accepts my lifestyle, but how can I explain to my teenage daughter about my lifestyle? They are the world and everything to me. Thank you for being positive, the positive energy person in the world. Thank you. I don't see anything. I mean, listen, if you are happy, if your kids, especially if they're teenagers already, and you can talk to them about adult stuff, no problem. And you know what? Adult stuff, I don't know why I said that. Adult stuff, I mean, you should be talking about, you know, everything at the moment that you see that your kids are smart enough to understand, okay? Just like, you know, don't go with a stranger, same thing. So being nude and liking to be nude is nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, if you get your kids used to it from an early age, they're gonna be used to it, and they're gonna adapt that lifestyle as well. So it's very simple. You have to, when you talk to them, just say, do you see yourself being raised in a positive environment? They're going to say yes or no. You know, me and your mom love each other, right? You could say that, right? Your wife. We're happy the way we are. So we're going to tell you a little secret that we actually like to be naked all the time. And maybe you go to nude beaches, or you're naked in your home when they're not home. And there's, like I said, there's nothing to be ashamed of, because you are the reflection of what it is that you're doing. So it's very simple. And I think that it's also a way of you teaching them this for anything and any other experience that they're going to have in life, which is the example is the truth. Right? So if they see that your life and the way that you've raised them is positive, then there is nothing to be ashamed of if you are a nudist, or if you practice Tantra or practice positive energy. On the contrary, this should be topics that you talk about like I said, from the moment that your kids have a common sense. And a lot of parents don't talk about sex at an early age because, oh no, you can't talk about it. But the thing is, they're going to talk about it in school with their friends. So do you prefer for them to get wrong information about sex and have a little friend in school show them a porn video? Or do you prefer to be first and actually teach your kids about sexuality in an early age and about their body at an early age, so they actually know? So the moment that another kid that is misinformed in school comes along and tries to show a porn video, they're going to say, oh, yeah, fine, but don't show me that because that is negative energy and I'm trying to stay pure, you know? So I don't want to absorb negative energy. So you're preparing them, okay? There is no age for this. Whenever you feel like it's right, whenever you feel like it's the right time to talk about it, do it, and there's nothing you should be ashamed of. Now, if you are a nudist or if you are practicing tantra or whatever, and you're fighting all the time at home, and your life is horrible, and you're, you know, the way that you're raising your kids is not appropriate, then you're gonna tell your kids, hey, I'm a nudist, and they're gonna immediately reflect it with thinking, well, that can't be, you know, that can't be good, because look at how dad is all the time. He's always grumpy, he's always angry. My parents are always fighting. So that's why I said, like, you lead by example. If you've been a good parent, you see yourself as a good parent, they're going to see you as a good parent. So it doesn't matter what it is that you do. Whatever you do is obviously working. So don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid to speak about it. There is absolutely nothing wrong with practicing nudism and being happy and enjoying sex, right? And knowing about sexual energy, knowing about positive energy with sex. On the contrary, this is something that needs to be passed along to your kids. So it's going to be an awkward conversation. It's always an awkward conversation because they don't want to hear it, right? But you know what? It's kind of like when I go out to the clubs. When I go out to the clubs and I'm naked, I don't see myself as being awkward or shy. I'm very confident about it because I'm sure of what I'm doing. This is exactly how you need to portray yourself to whoever you want to teach something. If you come out with information, and if you sit your kids in front of you and you come out with information being shy and not knowing how to express yourself, it means that you're not sure of what you're doing. It means that you're doubting the teachings that you're giving. So that is going to cause confusion, okay, in them, because they're going to be like, well, if it's so good, why are you so ashamed of talking about it, right? So the first thing I think is that you need to be 100% confident and 100% sure that this, obviously you're saying it's been working for you for the last 2 years. So if you believe in it, if you believe that this lifestyle, that this way of living, this positive way of living has been good for you, then you need to pass along that confidence when you give the message to your kids. I think that would be the only thing to add on there, is don't show weakness in the subject, okay? That's when you're going to give a good message. Okay, I hope I answered correctly. Hi, Jenny. Can you speak English and Spanish? Can you speak ancient Mayan, the language of the first Mexicans? I do not know Mayan. All I know is Maloquim, which I think was thank you, and Jumbotik, which I think was please. But I haven't said it in a while, so. I saw it for the first time, and you looked cute, silent, and you got like everybody else got. Okay, not sure what that meant, but all good here. Great to see Enrique. How can Penn see that movie? Theaters, Netflix? No, like I said, it's an independent movie. So I haven't even watched it, to be honest with you, because I'm a little embarrassed of it. But I haven't watched it. I just know it's not a great production. So, I mean, yeah, it was done for fun, you guys. So I haven't watched it because I don't like watching myself. All I know, people told me I was good. I was like, all right, I was good. When I did it, I knew I was good. It's called Hell Glades, by the way. If you want to have a laugh, look for it. I enjoyed it. I kind of enjoyed it. I just want to see more of you like in the big screen movie. Okay, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Elisa Pedicure Beauty of this girl. Remember, 2 more weeks. It'll be Friday the 13th. What happens in Friday the 13th? Let's go down. I don't know if I missed more comments, but my mother once said not to talk to strangers, but you're not a stranger to me. No longer, right? Does that apply when people look at people online, like you're actually talking to strangers because you don't know them? Jenny, nudity is normal. It is the best way to relax. The human body is beautiful. Swimming naked is better. I never wear a suit. I saw a video of you scuba diving nude. It was so awesome. Oh, that was the best. I've scuba dived naked a bunch of times, and it's so free. It's so amazing. It's just, add up the peace that you feel because you're underwater. So it's silent, which is something that I like. Silence. And to that, the feeling of floating, and to that, the feeling that you're just totally free. It's great. We unfortunately also mentioned death, which no one really likes. Who mentioned death? Hola, saludos amigos, ¿cómo estamos? Hola, Tarcisio. I learned about human sexuality in school. You did? What school did you go to? Wow, that seems like a good school, my friend. I hope Peter's still hiding in the corner. He's chilling. he's chilling a little bit too much, I see. I liked when he was here. Years ago, I would meet friends at a nude beach. We were all full of positive energy and optimism. However, I never enjoy being nude alone. For me, it's only enjoyable as a group thing. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I mean, why not? It's whatever rows your boat. If it works for you in a group, then so be it. But I think it's more of like a matter of confidence. When you get to do it and it just becomes normal to you, that will reflect in your confidence. Sorry, nudity breaks down barriers. It puts us all on the same level. Yes, amen, absolutely. That's why is it that so many things are not allowed, right? Like, crime is, you're allowed to see people get shot in the head. There's videos of literally people getting strangled to death, choked to death. Well, yeah, strangled, shot, decapitated. I mean, all of that is out there, but nope, can't see a nipple. You cannot see a nipple. God forbid something's gonna happen if you see a nipple. And you by the way, you were seeing a nipple the moment that you were a baby. You saw nipples for a long time, and you sucked on those nipples for a long time, and there was nothing sexual about it. So, yeah. Now, I saw the sitting pretty pose of you that makes you beautiful. The luxury of talking. At a nude beach, nobody knows who's rich and poor. No clothes, so how can you know? I think that's one of the things about nudity that makes it special is that, yeah, like Jackie said, you're all in the same standard. There is no you're better than me or I'm less than you. It's just let's have a conversation like human beings and not be looking at how we can benefit from each other in a sense of like, stepping over people's heads to see how you can go ahead, you can move ahead in life. No. Hey, Jenny, a question for you. If you were an MCU movie, which character would you play? You're gonna hate me. What is MCU? Do we know what MCU means? No? Sorry, I'm really bad at this. What about Bikini Swamp Girl Massacre? Oh, did they change the name? It was called Swamp. It was called the Hell Glades. I guess they changed it to Bikini Swamp Girl Massacre. That makes it even worse. You know what I noticed, though? It's that, if I'm not mistaken, out of the cast, I was the only one, I guess, that kind of got a little fame, not from the movie, but because of Miami TV. So I noticed that they put my picture, when they put it in IBM, they put my picture in a bikini in the large scale. So my name is like, yeah, because I'm guessing, because of the popularity of Miami TV, my name brought more people to actually watch the movie. But yeah, Cypress College in California. That's what it's called. So what do you mean, what character? What character, do I have a choice? You don't need to be embarrassed. You did great. And what I meant that you got killed to quit. I thought you were supposed to be the main actor. No, I wasn't. I was a fill-in. It was, so there was this guy that funded the movie. I can't remember his name. He's the one that acts as like the massacre guy. So basically, this is how the movie went down. He owns this this bodybuilding shop, right, where he remodels really old cars, antique cars, and he has a lot of money him and his wife, beautiful couple. Ted, I think his name was Ted, if I'm not mistaken. And he wanted to make a movie, so we interviewed him for Miami TV because, the collection of cars that he had and everything. And he was financing this movie that he wanted to have the experience of being an actor, right? So he hired this production company in Miami Beach, and they did the movie for fun, and they're like, "Hey, do you want to be in it?" And I was like, "Sure, why not? We'll see what happens." And that's how it came out. It wasn't like, "Oh, here's Hollywood, and you need to cast out, and you need to this." No, it was like a friends thing, doing a movie together kind of role. So it was fun. It was fun. You got me out of my shell. I like getting people out of their shells. The only reason why we have so much processed food is because corporations paid for the lobbyists to steer politicians to ignore the people problem. But that's for everything now. I don't mind other cultures. Sometimes miscommunication can start a beautiful conversation. You can learn more than you think if you're open to it. Marvel Cinematic Universe. Oh, Marvel. So if I was a Marvel character, Wonder Woman? I don't know. There's 2 titles for the movie. In Canada, we welcome other cultures. People are encouraged to hold on to their cultural identity, and we seem to get along just fine. Okay, well, I think Canada's been a little bit more strict, though, in the immigration level, if I'm not mistaken. I could be totally mistaken. But, yeah, I mean, I've always thought, what could they be hiding under that robe? There could be an AK-47 under that robe. I always thought that. I'm like, why? Like, why are we and you can steal, right? You can do any kind of vandalism or robbery or anything, and nobody knows who you are because we can't see your face. So, and everybody else is being face identified by cameras. So how is that fair? Like, you could be anyone at any time because we don't see your face. Even your feet are tan. Are they? Yeah. Oh, man. This is fun, you guys. Okay. Are we doing politics now? No politics. Just talked about food processing. I don't think anybody's talked about that. So I thought that was interesting to mention, right? Nobody cares about the food. It's like, what? The more we get to know each other, the less we fear one another. Diversity is the name of the game. In New York, you got a mixture of people, so many different languages, so many bad words to learn. Why is it that every time we learn something, the first thing we learn is a bad word? Why? I never understood that. I don't get it. Why? You need to have a pyramid in the studio. What? Where did my pyramid go? I had a little pyramid. It's here? Oh yeah, it's all the way on the other side. It's here. All right, guys, let's see what else we got. I have another email to answer. Here. Hey, Jenny, first of all, I viewed a short portion of one of your posts about self-esteem by going nude around the house. Today's about nudity, I guess. I had a neighbor who had a couple of girls, maybe 8 and 10 from a previous marriage. She began dating a naturist man. Though his suggestion, she began going naked at home, as did her girls. The girls were quite giggly about getting to see their mom's boyfriend. Okay. See, I don't think that's that okay, because they're not his daughters. I think if it's like your own family, it's no problem. You could bathe together. I mean, how many of us bathed with our parents when we were kids? It's no problem, unless you have a perverted parent. Then no. The girls were quite giggly. He eventually moved on, but they maintained the home lifestyle. Okay. I knew them before and after. There was a huge boost in the confidence and self-esteem of each other. They talked me into trying it a couple of times with them, but I never felt too comfortable. But the point I'm making is that you're 100% correct in being nude around the house is a huge self-esteem builder. Best wishes to you both and your husband and the Toulon, whatever the name is. Oh, the resort, Energy Tulum, Dawn. Interesting. Okay. See, that I think it's great. It was a positive story, which is amazing. Thank you for sharing. But I find it so delicate when women have kids and put men inside the house. I mean, I don't know how long it took for them to move in together, but obviously he didn't end up lasting long, right? So, guys, please, if you have kids, don't just allow anybody into your home, because you're giving a bad example to your kids. It's like, oh, one day there's one guy A year from now, there's another guy. A couple years from now, there's another guy, and it's basically the worst, the worst example that you could set for those kids, because it's telling them that it's okay to change partners every now and then, and that being unstable is something normal, and they're basically being raised in an unstable environment. I get it that your message was towards the nudity and the boost in positivity, but come on, at the same time, so that's good. I'm just addressing the other part that wasn't talked about. How could you never really end up learning who the person is, right? Like, when do we end up really, really, really knowing a person? Like, you're literally still getting to know your husband, for all I know, for all you know. So you never end. It's a never-ending story, and people have their weird manners and their strange fetishes that they're not going to come out and just tell you from the get-go, because they're going to try to be the perfect stepfather. But the reality is that you could be exposing your kids to being sexually assaulted. So I wouldn't play with that. I think if you're like a legit blood family, great. Families that are nudists and they actually share this lifestyle from a really early age, it's beautiful, and the kids end up being nudists or not, but they're raised in an environment that is super positive. But having like a stepdad that then maybe a couple years later no longer there is, maybe I wouldn't try nudity like that. When was the first time you were nude in public? How did you discover the joy of nudity? 2029, I think, my first visit to the nude beach in Miami. Yeah, that was nice. When you realize that just taking your top off and you're trying to make sure nobody's looking, but then you realize that nobody gives a crap. You could take your top off and it's totally fine because nobody's looking at your boobs, because there's 1,000 more boobs out there. And that is when you realize that nudity, when you make it normal, well, people just get used to it. And when people get used to things, it no longer becomes something that they can't have. But when you make something prohibited, when you make something difficult to reach, then that's when the assaults happen. I'm always comfortable with you. Thank you. All right, my loves. Wonder Woman is DC, Storm, Firestar, and Captain Marvel are Marvel characters. Okay. I wouldn't be any of them. Sorry. They just don't call my attention. Mystique, she's the shapeshifter, and she is from Marvel. Mystique could be cool. Yeah, why not? She's always making content. Enrique keeps her. Actually, no. If I'm always making content, actually, I do watch movies. It's the only thing I like to do in my weekend. I do make a lot of content, but Enrique isn't the one keeping me busy. It's my fans. You guys keep me busy. Enrique's just like, don't do anything anymore. Just relax. And I'm like, no. So he's a good one. All right, guys, we're gonna call it a night. I think it's a shame that we're so damn afraid of each other. Yeah. It's true. We're ashamed of each other. Junk food is fine as long as you have ground rules. If you have a jam donut once a month, you won't get fat. There's nothing wrong with junk food every now and then. It's just, what are you consuming for the most part, right? I apologize for not talking about the topic that you're talking about. Oh, don't worry. Today, everything I saw you in the movies, I just got movies on my head. No, don't worry. I love movies. I'm a big movie fan, so yeah, no. But I love sci-fi movies. Any movie that comes out that is alien-based, I'm there. You got me. And I actually do love Marvel movies too, because I feel like they have a reality behind it. So yeah, that's good, you guys. It's good. But to be like a fan, so I know like every single character and everything and their gifts, no. All right, my loves, have an amazing weekend. Stay positive. Tonight we have a premiere in Miami TV of our Do You Dare in Straw Hat. So make sure to tune in, and we will continue actually with a kitchen show after this. So see you next time, next Monday for the rest of you. Have an amazing evening. Stay positive and be good. There's a new Alien movie. Please let me know the name so I can find it. Bye, guys.